Okay, let's take a look at countdown 6 weeks. If we look at number 1, it says the 5 judges at the skateboard competition each gave out the scores to Tracy as shown. Write each score into the table from low to high. So we have Judge 1 gave her a score of 9/10. Judge 2, 9/100. Judge 3, 42/100. Let's just rewrite that as 42/100. Judge 4, 27/100. And Judge 5, 8/100. Now, if we have to compare these and write them high to low, we have a bunch that are hundredths, but 9/10 is only in tenths. Remember though, we can change that to hundredths if we multiply by 10. So 9/10 is really 90/100ths, okay? Now we can write them low to high. My lowest one would be 8/100ths or 0.08, right? That's how the judge had scored it. My second one would be 9/100ths. My third one, 27/100ths. My fourth one would be 42/100ths. And my high score would be 9/10, which is 90/100ths. Okay. Then it says to get a final score, the high and low scores were thrown out. The middle 3 scores are then added to give the final score. So I'm going to add 9/100ths plus 27/100ths. And it says, what's the final score? Write your answer as a decimal. Plus 42/100ths. So I'm getting rid of the high and the low, and we're just doing these middle ones. Okay. And it says, if we add these, we have 42, 27, and 9. Okay. And we get 2 plus 7 is 9, 9 plus 9 is 18, 1 plus 4 is 5, 5 plus 2 is 7. So we're going to get 78/100ths, but they want it as a decimal. So that would be 0.78. Okay. Number 2 says, which model correctly shows the sum of 30/100ths plus 2/10? Select all that apply. Okay, so we need to look. 30/100ths and 2/10. This first one, I see this shows 3 out of 10, so that's 3/10 plus 2/100ths. Does that match? Nope. Okay. How about the next one? The next one shows 32/100ths. Does that match? Well, let's see. 30/100ths plus 2/10. 2/10 is really 20/100ths, so that would be equal to 50/100ths. So, did this show 50/100ths altogether? No. Does this show 50/100ths? No. So neither of those. How about this one? Does this one have 50/100ths shaded? Well, I see 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 shaded out of the 100. So yes, that one would. How about this one? We have 2/10 shaded and 30/100ths shaded, which is what our problem had asked in the first place. So yes, this one would work too. So the second, or the third and the fourth ones would be good choices. Look at the next page. We have results from the catch and release bass fishing contest shown. And it has the name of the person and the length of the fish that they caught. And it says, who was the winner? Well, remember, to compare fractions and decimals, they all have to have a common denominator. So Doug, he caught a fish that was 54/100ths. Kendall caught one that was 6/10, but remember, that can be changed to hundredths. It's 60/100ths. Remember, because we can multiply numerator and denominator by 10. Monk was 9/100ths, and Daphne is 5/10, which is 50 hundredths. Okay, so who was the winner of the contest? Well, let's see here. 54 hundredths, 60 hundredths, 9 hundredths, or 50. Who is the biggest? It would be Kendall, right? Kendall caught a fish that was 6/10 or 60 hundredths meter, which is longer than 54 hundredths, 9 hundredths, or 50 hundredths, which is 5/10, right? So we can explain our thinking that way. Okay, let's take a look at number 4. Renting a canoe costs $6 per hour. All renters must also pay $3 for the paddle and life jacket. Zern wrote this equation for finding T, the cost of renting a canoe for H hours. So our cost is T, our hours we're renting it is H. So he said 6 times H, $6 per hour times H hours, plus the $3 cost of the life jacket and paddle is the total cost. It says find the rental cost when T when H is 4 hours. Well, if we take 6 times H plus 3 equals T, the total. If we put 4 in here, we say 6 times 4 plus 3 would be that T. 6 times 4 is 24, plus 3 would give me the cost, which is $27. Okay, so the total cost is $27. Number 5, Bruce has measured his feet to be between 2/10 and 21 hundredths meters. 2/10, 21 hundredths. When I see a fraction as a decimal, I like to write it as a fraction because then I can see my denominators. So here's the measurements in length. It says Carrie has a pair of red bowling shoes that measure 23 hundredths of a meter and a blue pair that are 18 hundredths meters in lengths. Can Bruce fit into either pair of Carrie's bowling shoes? So he has a measure of his feet between 2/10 and 21 hundredths. So he falls between 2/10, which is 20 hundredths, and he would go all the way up to 21 hundredths. So he can fit shoes anywhere between 20 hundredths and 21 hundredths. So if we look, the blue pair is 18 hundredths of a meter. So where does that fall? Does that fall between here? Well, we would have 18 hundredths, then we would go to 19 hundredths, right? Then we would go to 20 hundredths. Then we would go to 21 hundredths. And she also has one that is 23 hundredths. Well, we would have to go to 22 hundredths, then 23 hundredths. So, can he fit into either of these pairs? Well, the 18 hundredths would be too small, right? It would be like squishing your feet into a pair of shoes too small, right? So 18 hundredths would be too small. But he could fit into the 23 hundredths, right? But they would be big. On his feet. So the 23 hundredths is greater than the 21 hundredths, but the 18 hundredths is smaller than the 20 hundredths.